You're supposed to be resting.
Oh, shush. Doctor said that I should be keeping busy, well, within reason. What better place to do it than here?
Is this all you're doing?
Me?
Carter, what a wonderful gesture. It's great to see that you're supporting Pride.
Well, actually.
Having heterosexual allies bringing up the rear is always appreciated.
Hey. What are you doing? Are you serious? Thought you didn't want to associate with perverts. But listen. No, I'm done being your closet case punching bag. Find some other mug. Frankie, maybe.
Lucas,
Mr. Shepherd?
it's a good job I did confiscate your phone after that man-meat debacle the other week. Frankie Osborne has been texting you, apologizing and thanking you for lying about you two having sexual relations. Why would you lie about such things? I thought we were doing so well with the teachings.
No, I am right. I promise.
Well, if you haven't been with that girl, who have you been with? Perhaps it's time we scheduled another session with Declan.
Bro, Lucas is a waste man. I mean, yeah, he's got family issues, but haven't we all?
Hollyoaks Pride. You know, there wasn't this kind of visibility and support available at the school when I was your age.
When was that, sir? 1950s?
That was unkind. No, sadly, it was a lot more recent than that. I mean, you know, legally, things have got a lot better for queer people in recent years, but socially, it feels like we've taken a step back.
That's why it's still so relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah? What about straight pride?
Here we go.
What? Why don't we get a month or even a day to celebrate who we are?
Because you don't get persecuted for coming out as straight.
Don't be gay then. Simple.
What? Lucas, what's got into you?
You! All of you! You're just spreading this queer agenda and everyone's just lapping it up like sheep.
I'll be speaking to your father about this.
Banner number 5. I'm just going to go and meet up with Scott in the market. Hello. Earth to John Paul.
Sorry. Miles away. Something happened at school today.
Oh?
Lucas Hay went on a homophobic rant about straight pride. And then he ran away.
Lucas? A homophobe? Surely not. I mean, maybe he's just, you know, exploring boundaries and pushing buttons. I mean, who hasn't said something to rile up a teacher when they were at school?
But it doesn't excuse it, though, does it? Look, all those views do is create thugs that go around gay bashing. They push queer teenagers further into the closet. Unless someone was influencing him.
Oh, door. Oh, Lucas, no, we were just talking about you. Come on in, come on. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave you two to it, all right?
Can we talk?
I was actually just on the way to see your dad.
And please, you really can't tell my dad.
Lucas, what you said today was deeply offensive. You know that, right?
I know. That's why I've come in to apologise. Please.
I'm worried about you. I'm worried about this change in your behaviour. What's going on?
If I say, you have to promise you won't tell anyone, and it stays between us.
Here you go.
Thanks.
You can talk to me about anything you want. Okay? I just don't understand where all this attitude has come from. I mean, you've been around gay people your entire life. Where's all this homophobia come from? Unless someone's making you say it.
What? No. What are you talking about?
So what is it then?
It's Dillon.
Dillon?
He said he, liked me. And I just don't really know how to be around him after that.
I see. But you still want to hang out with him?
Yeah. I mean, he's all right, you know. It's just awkward now. And I miss how things used to be before he said all that.
So what is it? about Dillon that makes him so all right?
I don't know. I mean, we both like football, and he could be a right laugh. You know, one time we used fire extinguishers to make a jetpack chair. And he just doesn't care about what anyone thinks, you know. I mean, you'd have to not care to wear them ridiculous cardigans, but he just pulls them off. Sounds weird, doesn't it?
Nope. If Dillon is in love with you, it's not his fault. You understand that, right? I mean, that's why they call it falling in love. It's involuntary. It's uncontrollable.
Maybe he's just not sure about his feelings. Like, how can you tell the difference between someone that you fancy and just, you know, a best friend?
The short answer is you just do.
What's the long answer?
Well, it's like a jolt of electricity goes through your body when you see them. And everything they do makes you smile.
How would you know that?
Because I have been in exactly the same position as Dillon. I was about your age when I first fell in love. His name was Craig. And we were best friends at school. And telling him that I had feelings for him was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do.
How come?
Oh, he was confused, and I was terrified of rejection. Now, Dillon might be in love with you, but that's not a reason for you to be angry with him. You know, he'll get over it, and in the meantime, he has to respect your boundaries, and then, in turn, you can decide whether or not you want to be friends with him.
How can I make it up to him?
Be honest with him. Show him how sorry you are.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Good lad.
We are going to need much more decorations than just that banner. This Pride Festival, it's going to be all over the village.
Sally, relax. We've got you covered.
Dillon's gonna love this, you know.
Yeah, it's a really nice gesture.
Oh, I love Pride.
What's your favourite Pride?
Oh, gosh, there's too many to mention. London 93, that was my first one. And then Brighton 2000, classic. Then, of course, Manchester 2010. Khalees was performing. I do kind of like that little milkshake song.
What about you? You ever been to Pride?
Yeah, no, I went to one a couple of years back in the village. I think my dad dressed up as a sailor or something.
Yes, he did.
I'd definitely be at this one, and I'll show my support.
Good lad.
Right, what have we got down here?
Look, I'm not going to say anything to your dad about what happened at school, okay? But you must promise, and I mean promise, that I will never hear another homophobic word come out of your mouth.
Promise.
Good.
So have you got anything lined up? Anything planned for this one?
Yeah. There is the map and order of service.
Glitter party. And the mayor's doing a speech. Sounds like a right laugh.
Ah, yes. I'm afraid the mayor is cut from the same cloth as Mr. Shepherd. He hardly ever smiles.
You know, Mr. Shepherd ain't that bad. You know, I've seen him smile loads of times.
Really?
Yeah. You know, and he's really supportive of my extra classes as well.
Well, why don't you invite Mr. Shepherd to Pride? Because if there's one thing that I know about Mr. Shepherd, it's that he is very supportive of his queer students.
Yeah, of course he is.
There you are. What have you said to Mr. McQueen?
Nothing, it's not what you think.
Really? Have you told him what we talk about in our lessons?
Oh, of course not.
I don't believe you. You made me look like a fool. I know it's not your fault that your father's a sinner, but I made the effort. I stepped up. I saved you from sinning with Dillon. I saved you from yourself. And this is how you repay me.
No, sir, I'm still completely committed to getting better.
It's all talk.
It's not. Right, I listened to Mr. McQueen's little love story, painting his stupid banners. But he trusts me. He told me the details of Pride, the route of the parade, security.
What are you getting at?
We shouldn't be living in the shadows anymore. They're the ones out living in sin. Let's do what God wants us to do. Act as his enforcers. Let's give him a pride to remember.